Lundgren on the Rebel side.
Yeah, Ridge had a career-high 26 points versus Tabiona on January 17th. These two teams have met twice before, so a big game for him already against the Tigers under his belt this season. Then looking over at the other side, the 5th seed, the Tabiona Tigers, they're led by Lee Gines in his 12th season. They come out of Region 22 as well. They finished 20-5 overall. Gavin Rhodes, the senior, he just crossed 1,000 points yesterday. He is a man in the middle.
Yeah, crossed that 1,000-point mark to go with his 19 points. The big thing, though, for the Tigers, we just talked about Lundgren, hit 5 3-pointers by himself for the Rebels. The Tigers yesterday, only 4 3-pointers as a team.
Yeah, they did get most of their work inside. They've got Vertus Winder and Gavin Rhodes to hold down the paint. Rich won both meetings earlier this season, one on January 17th, one on February 8th, although Tabiona did lead at halftime in both of those games. That will do it for your State Bank of Southern Utah pregame report. State Bank of Southern Utah, focused on our community since 1957. It's time now for the United Mine Workers of America tip-off. UMWA is a powerful voice since 1890, the union worker for all. To join the UMWA for a more secure future, call today at 435-820-2692. And we're set for semifinal basketball. Gavin Rhodes, Riker Hoffman to tip. Hoffman can't grab the tip. Possession, or they'll re-jump. Or no, they will say it's Tabiona ball. They went a little back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, just because he went and grabbed the tip. If he doesn't grab it, then it would have been a re-jump. But the person in the center can't be the one to grab the tip. The officials on top of the rule book here, 3 seconds into the game.
Already needing to be on their A game. Winder, right wing, into Rhodes. They send 2 bodies at him. Triple teamed. He puts it up, air balls. Park chases it down on the other side. Fabrizio rejects the Winder screen, now dumps it off to him. A beautiful find. Winder, the second chance, no good. So 3 looks early for Tabiona, all 3 off the mark. They'll get a 4th chance.
And the Rebels really posting down in the paint on defense. Just can't corral that rebound.
Foul on the inside goes against Carter Hoffman. So 45 seconds into the game, and Tabiona has held possession the whole time.
And they're doing a good job. Still trying to work the ball inside, getting those offensive rebounds. Haven't been able to find the bottom of the basket, though.
Fabrizio looking to inbound. Park, Fabrizio, and Giles just playing back and forth on the perimeter. Now inside goes Fabrizio. No good. So over a minute-long possession to start, but Rich escapes without any harm, and a wide-open lane for Hoffman all the way, but he misses it.
That was a great recovery there and block from Gavin Rhodes. Came over late for the block.
He can close in quickly down low. Looked like Hoffman had a clear path. Rich gets it back. Hoffman for 3 this time. No good, and Hoffman goes from behind and takes it away from Rhodes. Hoffman, he'll try the 3 and connects. Second chance and third chance opportunities for both teams already.
Yeah, that's the story of the game here early on. And the first bucket comes from outside the Bryce Casey 3-point line.
Park inside to Winder, thinks about it. Fabrizio with Weston on him. And it's going to be Gavin Rhodes called for a moving screen.
And you saw his hip move out there late at the last second. They were calling that early in the game before the girls' semifinal. Gavin Rhodes gets caught with a moving screen here first. The Rebels with the lead. Trying to set up another offensive possession.
Tabiona in man-to-man defense. Scott finds Lundgren on a backdoor cut. Hoffman just hit a three. Takes it inside on Rhodes. Strong move, but that's tough to go inside when you have to deal with Rhodes and you get by him and there's Winder waiting for you.
Yeah, tough reverse layup there. Couldn't get it to fall.
Three from Park. Off the mark, and this, I think they're going to call this against Rich. They were holding Gavin Rhodes on the rebound attempt. Let's send it down to Nate Thatcher for Larry H. Miller, Utah Summer Games Sideline Report.
Hey, guys, I talked to Coach Gines in the pregame, and he said the best part about last night's win versus Valley was how impressive they were on defense, and he was pretty adamant that he felt comfortable that they would continue that streak here tonight. And he also said that he feels that the Tigers are locked in to finally get a win versus Rich, even though they haven't beat them before. He said they were with them stride for stride, but he's ready to finally take it over here in the semifinals. Back to you guys up in the Propane broadcast booth.
Thanks, Nate. Larry H. Miller, Utah Summer Games. You can register today and get a complete schedule and list of sports at utahsummergames.org.
That's a good angle on that shot right there, Cullen.
Fabrizio pump fakes. They get it back to Fabrizio. He'll take the three, no good. Giles waiting to grab the miss. Tabiona scoreless through the first 3 minutes until Dallin Park puts an end to that.
And offensive rebounds, the name of the game on both sides. Neither team shooting great here early, but multiple looks at the basket each possession down.
Take by Weston. Finds Carter in the corner, and he goes inside. No good. Fabrizio quickly the other way. No slowing down, and it's knocked out of bounds by Weston.
Great recovery there from Weston on the Tabiona fast break. Able to find a way to get a hand on the ball, strip it out of bounds.
Yeah, Weston and Fabrizio, both very quick getting down the floor. For guards, fantastic athletes. Giles circles to Park. Both teams play man-to-man defense. Trying to find Rhodes inside. They lob it over the top of Hoffman, and a foul will be called on the ground. Both Riker and Carter Hoffman were in on the defense, and the foul will go against Carter.
That's 4 fouls on Rich here in the first quarter, and the second there on Hoffman. But the next foul against the Rebels will send Tabiona to the free throw line. So just over halfway left in the second quarter.
Winder in the post down low. He's got the smaller Lundgren on him. Too strong. Carter grabs the miss. Weston the other way. Takes it at Fabrizio and rattles it home.
That was a great Euro step there to get through the traffic and avoid the charge and use the glass there late to get the easy floater.
Fabrizio back at Weston the other way. The two guards playing a little back and forth.
Fabrizio there going with the left hand.
Weston grabs the miss. All alone. Riker Hoffman in the corner. Rattles out. Dallin Park quickly the other way with the miss. Giles, an off-balance three. Misses everything.
And another offensive rebound. Dallin Park chasing in from behind. The Rebels thought they had an easy rebound.
And that's just a hustle play rebound. He chased that all the way from the opposite side of the floor. Bryson off the mark, and it's going to be another foul against Rich underneath. They're having a hard time containing those bigs.
Yeah, just trying to box out, but unable to do so without fouling. And now Tabiona to the free throw line in the bonus.
So that's the 5th team foul. Dylan Fonsbeck, who came in for Carter Hoffman, picks up the foul. Again, Rich won both meetings between these two teams earlier this season. Tabiona held a 17-point lead at their own building before, in the words of Coach Gines, they stopped playing basketball. So this is a Tabiona team that knows how to build a lead. They're very talented. Coach Gines likes his squad, but he wants them to play a complete 32 minutes. Both free throws missed at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
And I have a feeling that game was brought back up in preparation for tonight. Extra motivation now for the Tigers to get that complete 32 minutes.
Fonsbeck inside to Riker. Takes it up strong and draws contact from Strand Giles.
As you've seen the Rebels a lot of the time been on the perimeter here early in the first quarter, finally get the ball into the basket. Riker Hoffman rewarded with a couple of free throws.
Yeah, and after a while of going inside and dealing with such length, it's hard to finish. It can deter you from going in there, and you start to resort to the perimeter. But if you take it strong and get rewarded, that'll start to build some confidence on the interior for the Rebels.
5 early points now for Hoffman.
Riker, he's knocked down a Bryce Canyon City 3 and 2 free throws. Fabrizio, the spin move. Too strong. Fonsbeck grabs the miss. Weston wasting no time. Attacks Fabrizio baseline, and a bump will be called on Bryson. He wanted to push off.
He wanted to push off there, but the block came first before the arm of Weston extended, and Fabrizio will pick up that foul, just his first, and the third on Tabiona, but he's still adamant that that elbow came first.
Yeah, and both Weston and Fabrizio, they have such a quick burst and first step. So those two kind of doing the same thing to each other, and a beautiful inbounds play gets Dylan Fonsbeck his first 2 of the night.
Great play going to the opposite side of the basket there around the screen. And just like that, it's a Tabiona turnover, miscommunication there. As it was Giles going for the backdoor cut, Fabrizio thought he was staying in the corner. Again, dead ball turnovers, not as big of a deal as those live ball turnovers that allow the Rebels to get out in transition. This way the Tigers defense has a chance to set up.
Fonsbeck thought about the 3 instead, gives it to Riker Hoffman, who already has 7 points in this first quarter.
And Riker Hoffman, just a 4.5 point per game scorer on the season, already almost double that here in the first quarter of a semifinal.
And Gavin Rhodes, yet to have a field goal, yet to score in this one. He's the star for Tabiona, averages over 16.5. Trying to find him inside. Giles, a strong take and an acrobatic finish.
With the English to get it over off the backboard and roll around the front side of the rim.
Dallin Park nearly causes a steal. Instead, Lundgren has the advantage. He'll pull up for 3 and nothing but nylon.
And those are the frustrating 3-pointers that a defense gives up. You play great defense, just can't corral the loose ball after the tip, and then pulling it right into the 3-pointer.
It's that risk-reward effect. Park tried to take it back the other way, and Gavin Rhodes cleans it up for his first 2 points.
And that time Rhodes did a good job after the rebound, went right back up before the Rebels defense could collapse.
Rich finding a flow offensively. Fonsbeck hits Weston with the give and go, and Weston finishes no problem.
It's the ball movement here for the Rebels early on, making easy baskets happen. Everyone on the same page.
Fabrizio draws contact from Lundgren. He'll get 2 Legacy Ace Hardware free throws. And it's just the cutting and the movement from Rich. They kind of spread Tabiona out there on that last possession, a little 5 out, and then Weston just cuts across the face of Fabrizio.
That's the second foul on Lundgren. We'll see if the Rebels elect to keep him in with Lex Corney at the helm or bring him out with that early foul trouble in the first quarter.
Carter Hoffman already left earlier in the quarter because he picked up 2 fouls. Now it's Lundgren. Lundgren, a 15 points per game scorer. Couple subs come in. Aiden Weston for Rich, as well as Jet Holmes. 2 for 2 for Bryson.
He's got 4 points to lead the way for the Tigers here early on. Need to find a way to get stops on the defensive end.
Shot clock is turned off. Holmes gets stuck. Aiden Weston attacks through two Tigers, no good. It's knocked out of bounds off Rich. Tabiona will have 5 seconds to go the length of the floor.
And plenty of time here to get a good shot and get 3 or 4 dribbles or pass the ball up court, get an easy look even inside the three-point line.
Fabrizio quickly the other way. He has Holmes on him. Tough shot up. Nowhere near in. So that will do it for the first 8 minutes of state championship basketball, brought to you by SC Broadband on 1aball.com and KSLSports.com.
Unlock the potential of your land with Lutz Construction, specializing in excavation and landscape. We're your go-to contractor in Utah and Idaho. Whether it's laying a foundation, designing a rock wall, or snow removal, we've got you covered. Our skilled team ensures quality results for both residential and commercial projects. With Lutz Construction, your project isn't just another job, it's a blueprint for your dreams. Contact us today and let's start building your future. Check out our website at diglutzconstruction.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back into the Blackburn Pro Paint broadcast booth. Warmth you can rely on, powered by family, fueled by trust. Well down, the Rebels led for the entirety of the first quarter. What did you see from them in the first 8 minutes?
It was the ball movement on offense, forcing Tabiona in that man defense to try to recover from the weak side, but the way the Rebels have been able to use the ball reversal, get it to the opposite side of the court, they aren't able to recover in time, and that's led to the open shots.
Weston had 4 of those points. Over to Holmes. Holmes trying to make a move on Giles. Back to Weston. 15 on the shot clock. Dump off inside to Fonsbeck. He's short, and Gavin Rhodes grabs the rebound.
Rhodes won't get a block on that one, but he definitely altered the shot of Fonsbeck, made that layup a lot more difficult than anticipated.
Yeah, and he has such good closing speed, his ability to contest without fouling. Bryson, a crossover, a spin, a dipsy-do, and a finish for 2.
Fabrizio now 6 points, leading the way for the Tigers. None better than that nifty move.
Yeah, what a finish. And Weston goes hard at Gavin Rhodes on the other side. I believe that's his second.
And Rhodes trying to get another block, but that time Weston did a good job going into the chest of Rhodes, and that's what forced.
Oh, they're going to call it on Dallin Park first. So it's on the drive on the ground. So a break for Tabiona as Gavin Rhodes won't pick up his second. Handoff to Weston. Weston and Fabrizio have been going at each other all night. In the corner to Fonsbeck. No good, and Strand grabs the miss.
I would go as far as you can without.
Strand drives, free throw line jumper. That's true, and it's a 2-point game.
And Strand Giles coming off the bench in that first bucket. Tigers now on a bit of a run, closing the gap to 2.
They have the last 6 until Riker Hoffman has had enough of that. Already up to 9 first half points.
That's an aggressive drive through a lot of contact, but using his upper body strength there to get the ball up off the glass.
Giles, a deep 3. Long miss. Tracked out of bounds by Riker, and he takes out the Tabiona bench.
His own bench there.
Oh, yeah, that is his own bench. At least it's friendly fire.
Friendly fire. Tabiona bench might have gotten out of the way.
Oh, it looks like Riker may have hurt himself on that. He goes back to the locker room. he got up from the bench, but then he just kind of jogged off. He was moving pretty quick to the locker room, so not sure what it was.
If maybe something had spilled on him and he had to go change his uniform, or
it could have been. Hopefully he's okay. Ball with Tabiona, and that's going to be a foul inside. I believe it's Carter Grohl who was tussling with Gavin Rhodes.
Those two fighting for position down low, but Grohl gets caught there. He's trying to pull Rhodes back behind him.
Trying to post Gavin off the inbounds, and a good post interior defense by Rich.
And that time, Grohl timed the jump perfectly, able to get his hand on that pass. Rebels force the turnover.
Drake Weston from deep knocks it down and holds up the three towards the Tabiona student section. Fabrizio trying to respond. I think he's going to get called for steps, and he does.
And just got caught there in between a spin move and a shot. Put down that third foot before he could make up his mind. And Tabiona takes a needed timeout here.
Yeah, Coach Gines and the Tigers will talk things over on state championship basketball. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Chad Lyman on KTTA 8.1.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to the Bryce Canyon Mule Days. Join us in Tropic, Utah, the first week in May for guided mule rides, vendors, food, and fun, including arena events, all mule fun rodeo, and ranch sorting. Then Friday night, a live concert featuring Dave Staney and Bren Hill. The premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout for game-winning banking with a home team feel. Zions Bank is for you. It's the designated home team Rich Rebels that lead by 7. They come in as the top overall seed in the 1A bracket, both in the boys and girls. Their girls clinched a spot in the championship tomorrow. It will be against Tabiona. So these two schools will meet tomorrow in the girls bracket. Lundgren off the right, and Fabrizio grabs it. Fabrizio coast to coast. Gavin Rhodes cleans it up.
Now both of Rhodes' baskets here today have come off the offensive glass. Just going right back up with it before the Rebels can recognize it's number 32 with the ball.
Lundgren, a strong move inside. Great pass to Grohl and a reverse finish.
It was a great pass, but even better finish there. Grohl on the reverse layup.
He filled in that baseline spot perfectly. Ridge Lundgren, such a great scorer and facilitator. He can really do it all. Fabrizio doubled in the corner. Good move baseline. Cross-court pass to Park. Off the mark, out of bounds to the Rebels.
And those are the shots Tabiona's going to have to make to open up the paint for Rhodes down low. As we get another Zions Bank timeout.
Yeah, Tabiona 0 for 5 from 3, so that will be a big part in their comeback attempt. This is state championship basketball, brought to you by Lamb Excavating on TeamHive.live.
You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch City Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30 p.m. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all truck drivers that make our communities better, so why not show off their trucks? We wish all teams success. Precision Tire Service is a new tire lube shop in Duchesne, Utah. Stop in and see what's new. Service with a smile. Congratulations, Tabiona Tigers, on a great season. Best of luck at state.
It's that time of year again where we're cheering on our hometown teams. The town of Randolph would like to wish the Rich Rebels good luck at the state tournament. Go Rebels!
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout. For banking that helps you stay in the game no matter where you are, Zions Bank is for you. We touched on it briefly before the commercial, but Tabiona 0 for 5 from 3, Rich 3 for 6. That's been a huge difference.
Yeah, that's a 9-point swing from the three-point line in a 7-point ball game. Tigers going to have to find a way to hit those outside shots. The Rebels content with giving Tabiona 3-pointers, though.
That's Coach Gines. He said before the game, we know they're going to shoot threes. We just have to make it tough for them. And so far, 50% for the Rebels. Lundgren, hard inside. Winder stands him up. Riker Hoffman buries the corner triple. It's another Bryce Canyon City 3 for Riker Hoffman.
That's his second, now up to 12 points here in the first half, trying to match Tabiona blow for blow by himself.
It's the largest lead of the night for Rich. It's ballooned to double digits, 5 straight for the Rebels. Looking to extend the run. Drake runs into 2 Tigers. He'll get free throws. He's a little slow to get up. It was a hard collision inside.
The brick wall there. Weston ran into. I'm impressed he was able to get enough of a shooting motion up there to get free throws here on that one.
Yeah, his shot got nowhere near the rim because he took a lot of contact, but had barely started his shooting motion before he got clobbered. The first Legacy Ace Hardware free throw is off the mark.
Big final 3-16, though, for Tabiona as they're down by 10. Need to find a way to get the ball in the basket. Fast break opportunities, though, would be the easiest way to do that.
0 for 2 trip for Drake Weston to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Strand over to Bryson. He calls for a Rhodes screen. Case Thomas in for the Tigers. Tabiona's looked to get it inside quite a bit, but they haven't been able to very well in this first half. Just 5 on the shot clock. Fabrizio, a tough elbow jumper, rims out, and Lundgren skies for the rebound. Push to Riker. Kicks it back out to Carter. He decides to get closer, attacks at Gavin Rhodes, and Gavin draws the charge. That's the 3rd foul on Carter Hoffman. He had to take a break about 4 minutes into the first quarter, so he hasn't played a ton this game, and he'll go back to the bench as Jet Holmes checks in.
And that was Rhodes that time coming over, timing it perfectly, getting set, drawing the charge. Known for his shot blocking on the defensive end, but that time putting his body on the line.
Yeah, and that was a gutsy move by Rhodes. I mean, he only has 1 foul, so not in too much trouble. But if you pick up your second with 2.5 minutes left in the first half, then you force Coach Gines to make a decision if you let him play out the half or hold it off until halftime.
I think they're getting Riker Hoffman here on a hold as Rhodes was trying to get down to that near block. Just his first, though. 3rd on the Rebels here. So physical game, but the officials doing a good job not letting it get out of hand, but also letting the teams play it out on the court.
Rhodes passes it in, gets it right back, fades away and misses. That may be one that Tabiona likes to see Rhodes, instead of fading away, going strong to the hoop.
And even if you don't make it going strong to the hoop, you have a better chance at drawing a foul.
Weston lost his dribble for a moment, over to Riker, and you don't want to leave him open when he's got the hot hand. His 3rd Bryce Canyon City 3 of the game, and he's already up to 15 first half points. Bryson, a quick move the other way. He almost got 2 open. He missed it strong. Gavin Rhodes, this time he takes it hard inside, and just like you talked about, you get the foul call on Riker.
And going strong to the basket there, Gavin Rhodes at 4 points right now has a chance for 2 more from the free throw line. And we'll see here now Riker Hoffman with 2 fouls for Rich.
Gavin Rhodes knocks down the first Legacy Ace Hardware free throw. So free throw trouble for Rich. Carter Hoffman has 3. Ridge Lundgren has 2. Riker Hoffman with 2. He'll go to the bench. He had 18 points earlier this year at Windover. Other than that, he's only had one other game that he reached double figures with 10 against St. Joseph.
No bigger time than the semifinals to come up big, though, on the offensive end.
Lundgren, the long 3. Rhodes grabs the rebound. An important time for Tabiona. You don't want it to get much more than 12 going into the locker room, and Fabrizio cuts into the lead.
That's now 8 points for Fabrizio, 4 in each quarter. He's doing a great job of attacking the rim on the drive.
Fonsbeck the other way attacks Rhodes, and that's a crafty finish around a great defender in Rhodes.
And got the ball knocked loose, and that allowed him to get into even better position there in the middle of the paint.
Thomas, a deep 3, a spark plug off the bench, and he delivers.
The first triple for the Tigers couldn't have come at a bigger time here, back down to a single-digit game.
Lundgren pump fakes over to Holmes. Short on that, and somehow he almost chased down his own miss, but he knocks it out of bounds. So shot clock turned off, 34 seconds left.
A big possession here for Tabiona. Even though you want to go in a hurry, get a good shot, want to make it so Rich doesn't get another shot here to end the half.
They've scored 6 of the last 8 points in the game. They're on a little 6-2 run after trailing by as many as 13. Rhodes waits to set a screen. Fabrizio goes around it. A lot of arms up in the way. He misses. The Rebels have time. Lundgren behind the back. Acrobatic, swirling around layup, just rims out. And it will be Rich who takes a 31-22 lead into the halftime break. Nate Thatcher will be waiting to stand by to talk with Lex Cornea in just a moment. Riker Hoffman, the massive first half, 15 points. He had 8 in the second quarter, 7 in the first quarter, including Bryce Canyon City threes. And let's send it down to Nate Thatcher with Lex Cornea.
So in yesterday's match, Ridge seemed to carry the team offensively, but today it seems much more balanced and everyone's been scoring at all 3 levels. Why do you feel that is, and what have you guys been executing well on that side of the ball?
Well, we knew that Tabby was going to try to take away, our biggest threats, and we knew that other guys were going to have to step up. So, he can't carry it through 4 games. Teams adjust, and I thought he's done a great job of distributing, both him and Drake. We got to get a couple other guys involved, but so far it's going the way we wanted it to go.
And on the defensive side, it seems like you guys have been able to shut down Rhodes. A lot of his points come from putback opportunities. How do you feel about your physicality on that side and the technical issues as well?
Well, we got a lot of fouls, so obviously we're being a little too physical, but we are giving up about 18 inches and 180 pounds in any lineup we run, so we're going to have to be physical and just do a better job there, but we know we're outmatched. I thought we've been working really hard.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys in the Blackburn Propane broadcast booth.
Thank you, Nate. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the SUU halftime report on state championship basketball, brought to you by Color Country Plumbing on TeamHive.live.
What many are calling the best country music dinner show anywhere. Nightly at Bryce Canyon's Ebenezer's Barn and Grill. Live music with some of Nashville's best musicians and singers.
I got a feeling called the blues. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
A show that walks you through the history of country music and the history of Bryce Canyon.
Hell of a place to lose a cat.
The show runs every night. That's right, every night, from April to October. Get your tickets now at Ebenezer'sBarnandGrill.com.
Mornings are busy. Breakfasts to make, lunches to pack, kids to get out the door. I didn't think I could add anything else to my plate. But my online business was growing, and I knew I needed the skills to take it further. That's when I found Southern Utah University. With the flexibility and support SUU offers, I can fit classes around my life, earning my degree while still being there for my family. Because at SUU, this is where I soar.
From humble beginnings to to major discoveries in genetics, medicine, computer science, engineering, and every other corner of campus. It's been a remarkable 175 years, and we are still climbing.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
Welcome out to the SUU halftime report. As the Rich Rebel cheerleaders dance, we will recap the first half. Rich led for the entire game. They got out to a fast start thanks to Riker Hoffman, and they closed out the half well, in large part to Riker Hoffman, but it was a quick 6-2 run at the end for Tabby.
Yeah, and it was as soon as Riker Hoffman picked up that second foul, went to the bench. 3 for 3 from deep from Riker Hoffman. I feel like if you're Tabiona before the game, that's who you're leaving open. But now second half, you have to adjust. Tabiona, though, doing a good job battling back, staying within striking distance despite the hot shooting from Rich.
And turnovers was a big story in the first half. Just one turnover for Rich, so they're playing very clean basketball, and Coach Cornea alluded to that in his interview going into halftime.
Yeah, and 6 on the other side for Tabiona, which isn't a bad number, especially with the stakes of a semifinal game. But if you're Tabiona, need to find a way to get more pressure on the ball and force more turnovers to break down this Rebels offense.
Yeah, Tabiona making up a little bit for the turnover margin in the rebounding department. They lead 16-10 in rebounds, but also the Bryce Canyon City three-point line, a big story. 5 for 10 from 3 for Rich, 1 for 6 from Tabiona. It was Case Thomas off the bench who finally broke it loose from deep to hit that last 3 for Tabiona.
Yeah, and they're getting open looks from 3. The Tigers are. It's just a matter of if they can make those shots or not. The Rebels will continue to give them those looks until they prove they can hit it consistently.
Well, this has been your SUU halftime report. SUU is where you soar. Check them out at suu.edu.
Wendy Mason Studios in Painters is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014. Mayor Scott Saby, along with the town board and the elected officials of the city of Woodruff, want to wish the Rich Rebels good luck in sports, academics, and all they do in life. Good luck, Rebels.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
Enhance your farm's productivity with Aero AG Solutions advanced spray drones. Aero AG specializes in custom aerial application of pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, seed, and more. Call Logan Lefevre at 435-690-9819.
For over 60 years, Brown Brothers Construction has been building roads, moving dirt, and shaping the future of our communities. From highways to hometown streets, we take pride in a job well done, just like the incredible 1A athletes competing in the 2025 region and state tournaments. To all the hardworking athletes out there, your dedication, grit, and determination inspire us every day. Brown Brothers Construction is proud to support you. Best of luck, and keep shaping the road to victory.
Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit brycecanyoncityut.gov.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race is scheduled for the second Saturday in July.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
For all your residential and commercial plumbing needs, contact Color Country Plumbing. Specializing in new construction, call today, 435-231-3950. Wishing all of Region 20 success in the postseason.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today. Are you looking for ways to protect your agricultural-related investments from lack of precipitation?
Coach, in that first half, you had a lot of opportunities near the basket. You had a couple open looks. How do you feel about the overall shot selection on the offensive side of things?
Well, we're not getting really good shots. They've kind of taken away our big guy, and they're really collapsing on him. We got to make some outside shots and try to open it up a little bit more. And to Rich's credit, they've hit some tough shots, and we just got to do a better job defensively and rebounding the ball.
Yeah, on the defensive side of things, yesterday Ridge Lundgren kind of carried the Rebels, but today it seems like they're getting to pass the ball around. Everyone's getting the ball. How do you stop that on the other end and force it to only one player, maybe two?
Yeah, everybody's just got to start guarding. We can't just rely on a couple of guys to guard their stars or whatever. Everybody's feeling good right now on Rich's team about shooting the ball, and we got to make some stops. And all our team has to do is start playing some good defense and see if we can turn them over a little bit and get some easy shots on the other end. And I think that'll open it up a little bit.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Are you looking for ways to protect your agricultural-related investments from lack of precipitation and market downturns? We are the Ag Experts. Our team specializes in PRF insurance, LRP insurance, and ranch insurance. Give Chad a call today to learn how you can protect your calf check from the market downturns and your livestock range from drought. Don't get caught at the bottom of the cycles. Choose the experts. Choose us, your agriculture insurance specialists. Call Chad Lyman with Tyler Jeffs & Associates at 435-633-5981.
Garcane Propane proudly sponsors Region 20 basketball. We are here to meet your propane needs. Call us 800-747-5403.
We welcome you back into the Blackburn Propane broadcast booth. Warmth you can rely on, powered by family, fueled by trust. I'm Tyler Gibb with Dallin Richards. Aiden Fort, our producer. Strand Giles gets the start in the second half. Over to Park. Riker Hoffman fronting Gavin Rhodes as they try to get it inside to him. Strand for three. Off the iron. Knocked out of bounds. It was, the officials change it. Jet Holmes pretty clearly hit it out. The officials started to point towards Rich Ball, but he quickly realized he needed to point the other way.
Especially in front of all the Tabiona fans down here. They weren't going to let him get away with that one. And just like Coach Giants talked about coming out of the break, Tabiona needs to find a way to hit these outside shots to open up the post, or just do that.
Bryson Fabrizio, yeah, it's not their big guys inside that maybe need the post up. Just post up Bryson.
10 points now for Fabrizio.
Holmes, left side three, off the mark. Fabrizio grabs the miss. Carter Hoffman starts on the bench for Rich with his 3 fouls. Jet Holmes enters to start the third. And an offensive foul called against Park.
And Park just got caught with the arm extended. You can initiate some contact as the offensive player, but as soon as that arm fully extends, it makes it an easy call for the officials.
Lundgren walks it across midcourt. Scott picks up his dribble, gets knocked away, so he gets it back. 12 on the shot clock. Weston directs the traffic. Takes Fabrizio on a high arcing jump shot off the mark, and Strand Giles grabs the rebound.
And the defense for the Tigers really upping the pressure. They're playing team defense now, not just trying to go one-on-one. They're switching and communicating well here in the second half.
They get a post touch to Rhodes. Strong move into Hoffman, but he's well off the mark.
And Hoffman did a good job holding his ground there, forcing Rhodes to take the difficult shot.
Weston attacks Fabrizio, fades away, too strong. Good contest by Fabrizio.
Yeah, better box out there from Rhodes, keeping Hoffman off the offensive glass.
Park, cast for three, and he knocks it down. It's back to just a 4-point game, and that's what Coach Giants had talked about. They need to start hitting some outside shots, and Lex Cornea has seen enough in this third quarter. He wants to take a timeout on state championship basketball, brought to you by Chicken Lights and Chrome Truck Show in Panguitch on KSLSports.com.
When it comes to traditions, at the top of the list has to be a stop at Henry's Drive-In on Highway 89 in Panguitch for a hot and juicy chubby cheeseburger and an order of homemade onion rings. From the amazing crew at Henry's, they wish all teams success.
It's time for championship basketball, and Lamb Excavating, located in Orderville, Utah, wishes all teams the best of luck in the postseason. Lamb Excavating can help you with all of your excavation needs, from gravel to chip seal and any other excavating. No job is too big or too small. Give Darwin and the boys a call, 435-648-2318. Now let's play some ball.
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout. For banking designed to help you score more, Zions Bank is for you. Going back to the first half, it's been 8 straight for Tabiona. They trailed 31-19 with just about a minute or so left in the second quarter. Now 8 straight, including 2 Bryce Canyon City threes, has brought it to just 4. Weston calls for the Fonsbeck screen. He gets some space, elevates but can't finish. Fabrizio quickly the other way. Weston picks him up. Strand thought about a corner three. A long three from Giles. He's short.
And Rich still content giving Tabiona those outside looks. Hit 2 tonight, but we'll need to hit them more consistently to get a hand out there.
Lundgren A quiet night in the scoring department, just 3 points, 1 field goal. Attacks Rhodes, and it's going to be a blocking foul, but it's on the ground.
And just enough there, Lundgren, to step around the base of Rhodes, changing that to a blocking foul because Rhodes got there in plenty of time, but then in the last second had to shift over trying to lead.
Lundgren is tough to contain when he gets downhill. Another foul, so 3 quick fouls in the third quarter. Rich yet to commit a team foul. Rich was the team that kind of dealt with foul trouble in the first half. Now it's Tabiona that's picked up the first 3 of this half, and Strand Giles has his third foul.
Yeah, and just being aggressive, the Rebels here on those inbounds, trying to get under the basket, and that time Lundgren didn't get back inbounds before catching the pass. Just the second Rich turnover, though, of the game.
Yeah, now we're over 3 minutes into the third quarter. Rich still scoreless. Fabrizio over to Strand. He's left open, swings it to Dayton. Off the mark, and right there, that's just one of those kind of cheap fouls 90 feet from the basket. And so that's the 14th foul. Going forward, it's free throws for the quarter for Rich.
Yeah, and that's big for the final 4:22, especially as you haven't gotten points on the basket for Rich, but now Dallin Park with 3 fouls as well.
So Park with 3. Carter Hoffman has 3 for Rich. Lundgren, nobody steps up to take him, and he misses. Bryson, a crossover, takes it out, Fawns back, a left-handed finish. And Tabiona has the first 7 points of the third quarter. It's just a one-score game.
And Bryson Fabrizio having a terrific game, already up to 12 points.
Weston to answer back is short. Park grabs the miss. Fabrizio had 20 points in the matchup on January 17th against Rich, so he likes this matchup. I'm sure that him and Weston get excited to go against each other. Fabrizio from deep for the lead. Tabiona with their first lead of the game, 20 minutes in.
Now 2 3-pointers here for the Tigers in the third quarter, and finally a bucket for the Rebels.
Right back, Carter Scott breaks the seal on the basket for Rich.
Tabiona trying to find a way to go right back to Fabrizio here.
Fabrizio will try again. Scott grabs the rebound. Holmes yo-yos in the corner. Fonsbeck, the big fella, steps outside for 3, and he misses. Fabrizio around the road screen, decides to keep it himself, decides to finish himself for the 2-point basket.
9 third quarter points here for Fabrizio. All the way back now, Tabiona ties the ball game up.
Lundgren trying to work on Park, a nice sidestep, and that's a tough move that Lundgren makes look easy.
And I'm not sure how Lundgren is able to Eurostep that far around Rhodes. And no shot there, the foul on the floor, but that's a much more difficult Eurostep than he made it look there.
Yeah, his ability to drive in and then just slow down that quickly to work around the defender, because Rhodes tried to meet him to take a charge, but Lundgren says, nope, I'll just slide over and lay it in.
Well, because usually you talk about going from 0 to 60, but that time Lundgren goes 60 to 0 in a split second to get around Rhodes.
Tabiona inbound to Giles. An open look. And Tabiona has found a rhythm from beyond the arc. It's another Bryce Canyon City 3.
They're now up to 4.
Oh, Riker Hoffman, a pump fake for the ages, and We saw him leave the game earlier when he ran into his team's bench. That time a little shaken up, but he's up.
And Rhodes picks up his third because of the hot shooting from Hoffman in that first half. Draws the foul there off the pump fake. They're at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line as they're in the bonus.
And they make Gavin Rhodes come back on the floor. He's subbed out with his 3 fouls, but he has to stay on while Riker shoots the first free throw. Vertus Winder set to check back in. Coach Gines mixing up the starting lineup for the third quarter. Vertus Winder normally starts, but this time it was Strand Giles who he moved into the lineup to start the third quarter.
And I think it just gave the Tigers defense a little more ability to switch around the perimeter, but now Rhodes picking up that third foul. Still playing with 1 big and 4 guards and wings, but mixing it up a bit more.
1 for 2 trip at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line for Riker Hoffman. Park works his way to the free throw line, hands off to Strand. Park pump fakes a couple times on the 3, hands to Fabrizio for 3. Off the right side, Riker collects.
You see the difference there. Weston closing out strong off Fabrizio on that 3-point attempt.
Weston, an open look in the corner for 3. Can't get it to go. It was halfway down. And what a hustle play by Hoffman to save the rebound. It was Carter that got the rebound. Now Riker, and he took an extra step.
And just changed his pivot foots there for Hoffman. Is trying to make some substitutions here. Gavin Rhodes coming back into the game here with those 3 fouls, along with Case Thomas, who hit that 3 back in the second quarter.
All knotted up at 37. It was Rich who led by 9 at the midway break. It's been Tabiona who's been on the comeback trail in the third quarter. Rhodes, the free throw line jumper, puts it through.
7 points now for Rhodes.
Weston working on the baseline. Lundgren trying to get around Fabrizio. Now it's Hoffman that takes his turn on Rhodes, and he puts it in. 17 for Riker Hoffman, or make it 18, tying a career high.
Yeah, and that was a great drive by Hoffman. Knowing Rhodes has 3 fouls, couldn't afford to get in on him.
At the buzzer, Fabrizio misses. We will head into the final 8 minutes with a fresh ball game, all knotted up at 39 on state championship basketball. Brought to you by Ruby's Inn on KSLSports.com.
Unlock the potential of your land with Lutz Construction, specializing in excavation and landscape. We're your go-to contractor in Utah and Idaho. Whether it's laying a foundation, designing a rock wall, or snow removal, we've got you covered. Our skilled team ensures quality results for both residential and commercial projects. With Lutz Construction, your project isn't just another job, it's a blueprint for your dreams. Contact us today and let's start building your future. Check out our website at diglutzconstruction.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's that time of year again where we're cheering on our hometown teams. The town of Randolph would like to wish the Rich Rebels good luck at the state tournament. Go Rebels!
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to the Bryce Canyon Mule Days. Join us in Tropic, Utah, the first week in May for guided mule rides, vendors, food, and fun. including arena events, all mule fun rodeo, and ranch sorting. Then Friday night, a live concert featuring Dave Stamey and Bren Hill. The premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
Welcome back for the start of the fourth quarter into the Blackburn Propane broadcast booth. Rich unable to score on their first possession. Strand, a wide open look, misses. Gavin Rhodes, the second chance opportunity, one that he normally connects with, but that time too strong. Carter Hoffman attacks Strand Giles. Very difficult finish. He almost got it to fall.
Fabrizio, big third quarter for the Tigers, trying to give them a big lead here in the fourth quarter.
Fabrizio out to Giles, back to Fabrizio, 13 on the shot clock. Thomas, a deep three. Rhodes again with the offensive rebound. Again, he can't put it down. Strand hustles for the third opportunity of this possession. And Coach Gines will signal for a timeout. There was a lot of contact underneath after the whistle. Drake Weston is down. Let's send it down to Nate Thatcher for a quick Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games sideline report.
Hey guys, one thing you gotta love about the 1A tournament is the close family connections between teams. But tonight's game actually goes beyond the players and the coaches. Our referees for tonight's game are family as well. We've got Sean and his son Dirk with his wife Whitney, who are actually high school sweethearts. I don't think you'll find a more united set of refs anywhere else. Back up to you guys.
How about that? Even the refs getting in on the family action, all three of them related, only here at the 1A tournament.
That's right. What a good pickup by Nate Thatcher. That is the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games sideline report. Registration is now open. Go to utahsummergames.org. Let's do a quick Fab Rats question. Fab Rats is an entertaining, family-friendly YouTube channel. Email your answer to uhsslive@gmail.com to win a t-shirt, beanie, or jerky. Our question for today, who is playing in the 1A Girls State Championship tomorrow? Email that answer to uhsslive@gmail.com. Who is playing in the Girls 1A State Championship tomorrow?
And hopefully everyone was watching the two games before this one can answer in and win that great t-shirt.
All knotted up at 39. Dayton, strong take inside. The hoop and the horn. Dayton Giles, a monster finish for the Tigers.
And all of the Tigers down on the court, getting in with the student section and the Tabiona faithful that have traveled down to Richfield as they try to make it a full Tabiona State Championship.
Dayton Giles misses the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw.
May have accidentally just given a hint to the Fab Rats question.
Lundgren, back and forth. A shaky crossover. Gets double teamed inside. Good ball movement. Scott for the corner three. Swishes it through. Carter Scott, a big answer on the other side.
And his second triple for the Rebels when they needed it most. The three-pointer comes back.
Rhodes double teamed inside. Spins out of it. Nice touch. Gavin Rhodes takes back the lead for Tabiona.
That was a tough move there from Rhodes. Splitting the double team of the Rebels, making that shot a little bit easier once he got through the double team.
Weston tries to go at Thomas. Out to Carter. Carter, a good move, but off on the finish. Tabiona with the lead, looking to add to it. 5 minutes left in the semifinals. Case Thomas off the mark and rebound batted around. It was two Rebels that miscommunicated, and it stays with the Tigers. Bryson denies the screen. Riker Hoffman A strong rebound. Lundgren finds the middle of the lane, takes some contact from Fabrizio, and flexes for the and one.
What a tough finish there from Lundgren, getting across the paint and using the left hand there as he gets across to that side of the paint. And the Rich bench fired up after that one.
Lundgren, like we said, he averages over 15 a game. That's just his 5th point. And we do have a Fab Rats winner. Taylor Miller, you are the Fab Rats winner. The answer is Tabiona Rich. They'll face off tomorrow in the 1A Girls State Championship. Send somebody over to the Blackburn Propane broadcast booth at the Sevier Valley Center to pick up a t-shirt, a beanie, or some jerky. Rhodes grabs his 15th rebound on the Lundgren miss.
Tigers team have all been monsters on the boards, but it all starts there with Gavin Rhodes, the senior leader.
Giles, that one was from way outside. Second chance opportunity for Tabiona. Park finds a seam, and Lundgren saves a basket.
Great timing on the rejection from behind as Park thought he had beaten Lundgren. Lundgren times the comeback perfectly for the swat.
Yeah, and a good job not to go through Park's body, but rather just reaches over and catches the ball clean. They run a play for Giles to get a wide open look for three. No good. Fabrizio up high. Third chance on this possession for Tabiona. And Rhodes gets plowed over when setting the screen. Just the second team foul against Rich. They call it against Carter Hoffman, so that's his 4th.
That's a big foul down low. Now, staying in the game, Hoffman, but he'll have to be extra careful down low, guarding against the bigs of Tabiona, not wanting to pick up that 5th foul. They can open up some easier lanes in the back to the basket as well.
Fabrizio takes the Rhodes screen. Giles working up top, trying to find something inside, patiently working. Fabrizio rejects the screen, and Carter Hoffman with his 3 or 4 fouls. A risky play, but a great play from him to force the jump ball.
And that was the right call there. Hoffman stripped that perfectly, got nothing but the ball, and he said risky with those 4 fouls. In a semifinal game, it's a 1-point game. Those are the risks you have to take, though, if you want to advance to the championship game tomorrow.
And Fabrizio thought he had Dallin Park for an open 2, but Lundgren snatches it out of the air, back the other way. Rebels with a 1-point lead. Carter Hoffman all alone, buries the triple. It's back to 4. The Rebels take the lead on the Bryce Canyon City 3. Huge shot for Carter Hoffman. Fabrizio draws contact on the other side. He'll shoot 2 Legacy Ace Hardware free throws.
No bigger time for your first points of the game than that triple right there for Carter Hoffman.
I'm sure it's been a frustrating night for him, having to sub in and out due to foul trouble. But when you stay ready and you're locked in a moment like that, that's a huge play down the stretch. Fabrizio too strong on the first Legacy Ace Hardware free throw.
Fabrizio still scoreless here in the 4th quarter. 17 on the game, had 9 there in the 3rd quarter during the Tabiona comeback.
Goes 1 for 2. Back to a 1-possession game. Rich trying to return to the state championship for the 2nd year in a row. Fonsbeck for 3. Almost gets the friendly bounce. Instead, it's Fabrizio who races the other way. Cut off by Weston. Gets the switch with Fonsbeck on him. Park, an open 3. No good. Scott grabs the rebound, and Weston heads the other way. Timeout. Coach Lex Cornea on state championship basketball, brought to you by the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games on 1aball.com.
Do you like car shows? Well, let's supersize it as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch City Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30 p.m. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all truck drivers that make our communities better, so why not show off their trucks? We wish all teams success.
Precision Tire Service is a new tire lube shop in Duchesne, Utah. Stop in and see what's new. Service with a smile. Congratulations, Tabiona Tigers, on a great season. Best of luck at state.
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout. For banking that helps you power forward, Zions Bank is for you. Rich with possession and a 3-point lead. Just over 2.5 minutes left to play, and a berth in the state championship on the line. Tabiona lost in the semifinals a year ago. Rich won on Friday night, but lost in the championship. A beautiful find down low, Scott to Riker. And Riker Hoffman earns himself 2 Legacy Ace Hardware free throws.
And Hoffman has been quiet in the second half after exploding for 15 in the first half. Just has 3 here in the second, but chance to add 2 more from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. That's 4 on Strand Giles now. He's played great in the second half defensively for the Tigers.
He really has, and the lineup changed by Coach Gines to let Strand start the second half. Winder hasn't played much in this game. He's been great in the tournament, but just matchup-wise, he liked what he got with Strand. But 4 fouls for him and a 1-for-2 trip for Riker Hoffman at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Fabrizio patiently takes the road screen, attacks with the left hand, and falling to the ground, gets the finish.
20 points now for Fabrizio, as Weston wastes no time down on the other end, coast to coast.
The guards going blow for blow with each other. Drake Weston, the quick move on the other end. Fabrizio looking to answer back. Thomas has space. Over to Fabrizio. Good entry pass to Rhodes. Weston quickly doubles. Forces an uncomfortable shot for Rhodes, but he got hit on the arm.
Hoffman's 4th foul now. Gavin Rhodes back at the free throw line, looking to get to double digits with 9 points so far tonight.
First Legacy Ace Hardware free throw is up and good for Gavin Rhodes. Gavin enters double figures with that. He's now at 10 points. Goes a perfect 2 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. Coach Jones will call a timeout on championship basketball, brought to you by the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games on 1aball.com.
What many are calling the best country music dinner show anywhere. Nightly at Bryce Canyon's Ebenezer's Barn and Grill. Live music with some of Nashville's best musicians and singers.
I got a feeling called the blues out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
A show that walks you through the history of country music and the history of Bryce Canyon.
Hell of a place to lose a cat.
The show runs every night. That's right, every night from April to October. Get your tickets now at Ebenezer'sBarnandGrill.com.
Mornings are busy. Breakfasts to make, lunches to pack, kids to get out the door. I didn't think I could add anything else to my plate. But my online business was growing, and I knew I needed the skills to take it further. That's when I found Southern Utah University. With the flexibility and support SUU offers, I can fit classes around my life, earning my degree while still being there for my family. Because at SUU, this is where I soar.
Welcome back inside the Sevier Valley Center. Coming out of the Zions Bank timeout for banking that helps you stay in the game no matter where you are. Zions Bank is for you.
Nothing better than region rivals battling out for a chance to go to the championship here. You're seeing a good game here. Expect another one with Region 20 rifles after this.
That's exactly right. And Weston takes a lot of contact going down the floor. He wants an intentional foul, but he thought it was an excessive push in the back. I believe it'll just be a common foul. And it is. That's foul called on Bryson Fabrizio.
That's his third and the third on the Tigers here.
Weston and Fabrizio high five and apologize. In the meantime, Gavin Rhodes and Riker Hoffman get a little chippy on the block. The officials go over to have a chat with them. Oh, Lundgren, a beautiful find down low to Carter Hoffman over two Tigers. Got fouled. Gavin Rhodes wants it on the ground. The officials will meet and discuss. I believe it'll be 2 free throws.
It is. Rhodes. And they give it to Giles, so that's his 5th, and his night is done.
We'll see who Coach Gines chooses to go with here. Dayton Giles is on the bench. I imagine it will be him that checks in.
Strand ends with 4 points, but his impact on the defensive end was what made his impact here in the second half huge and allowed the Tigers to come back.
Dayton Giles will check in. Rich in the bonus from here on out. That foul was a shooting foul, but that was the 14th foul, so the next one will push them over the limit.
Both teams in the bonus for the final minute 24 here, as we've seen the physicality ramp up even more in the fourth quarter.
Carter Hoffman had not scored until hitting a Bryce Canyon City 3 in the fourth quarter. Gets the friendly bounce.
So his first free throw attempts and gets the friendly roll. Might not be at Rich High School, but still the designated home team gets the friendly bounce.
That one misses. Bounces right to Ridge Lundgren. Drive inside. Carter and Coach Cornea will call a timeout to save him on the baseline. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon City and TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
From humble beginnings to major discoveries in genetics, medicine, computer science, engineering, and every other corner of campus, it's been a remarkable 175 years, and we are still climbing.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout. For game-winning banking with the home team feel, Zions Bank is for you. Rich to inbound underneath. It will be Lundgren. Looking to beat Tabiona for the third time this season. The first two, not as meaningful as this one. A berth in the state championship on the line. Approaching a minute to play. Riker sitting on a career high 18 points. A beautiful give and go. Lundgren to Hoffman. It's Fabrizio who stole it with his foot. He jumped up, knocked it out of the hands of Hoffman with his leg. Bounces to him. He takes it all the way coast to coast. Bryson Fabrizio, a massive play on the defensive end and turns it into points on the other side.
22 points now for Fabrizio. Coming up big here, especially the second half, making a bunch of tough shots down in the paint.
There was a 7-second difference on the game clock and shot clock. based on Fabrizio's reaction, I don't think he was fouling on purpose. They were looking to play it out, it seems, but nonetheless, Fabrizio picks up his fourth.
And he smacked the S there at the center court line here at the SVC in frustration. Fourth foul big, and now the Rebels have a chance to get back up to a 3-point lead.
Drake Weston, the senior, played in a lot of big games before. We'll have 2 massive free throws coming up after this timeout on State Championship Basketball. Brought to you by Bryce Canyon Mule Days, Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on KSLSports.com.
Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
Windy Mesa Studios in Panguitch is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014. Mayor Scott Saby, along with the town board and the elected officials of the city of Woodruff, want to wish the Rich Rebels good luck in sports, academics, and all they do in life. Good luck, Rebels.
Welcome back into the Sevier Valley Center. Drake Weston awaits 2 Legacy Ace Hardware free throws. Drake went 0 for 2 in the second quarter at the line. First free throw, no problem for Weston.
Now to 11 points on the game after 8 in the first half.
Second one is good. 2 clutch free throws from Weston. It's a 3-point game. Fabrizio and Rhodes have the last 9 Tiger points. It's Giles from way downtown. Dayton Giles. Lundgren looking to send Rich to the state championship. Riker Hoffman. The play will be halted as Lex Cornea calls a timeout. Dayton Giles, welcome to the big stage. You just delivered on the biggest shot of your life.
And what did we talk about before the game? The Tigers' ability to hit 3-pointers will be the difference in this game. They've come up big in the second half. Giles hitting 2 of them as they've now hit 5 threes today.
It was Bryson Fabrizio and Gavin Rhodes who were carrying the load down the stretch for Tabiona. But Dayton Giles, the senior, steps up in a massive moment to deliver. Now, if you're Rich on the other side, what are you looking to do if you're Coach Cornea?
I think you got to get the ball into Ridge Lundgren's hands. He only has 7 points, but his ability to facilitate as well off the drive has been effective here tonight. And you give him a chance to either finish at the rim or dish it out and find an open teammate.
Yeah, Lundgren draws a lot of attention. So whether or not he's the one that shoots it, getting the ball in his hands should draw the eyes of the Tiger defense.
And if you're the Rebels, the one thing you have to make sure of here, if you're Lex Cornea, you're telling the 5 players on the court, this is the last shot of the game. Tabiona does not get a shot to win it in regulation.
7.3 seconds remain. The crowd rises to their feet. Drake Weston set to inbound. Pass deflected by Fabrizio. Lundgren with 4 on the clock. Crosses over Park. Nearly loses it inside. A circus shot off the front of the rim. And we're going to extra time in the semifinals. And Ridge Lundgren fell down, I think, on his wrist. He's hurt. There was some contact on the play. The officials let it slide. Lundgren helped up by Riker Hoffman. he shakes it off, and obviously with 4 extra minutes to play, you need your star, Ridge Lundgren.
And now all of those players that have dealt with foul trouble through the first 4 quarters puts extra pressure now in the final, or in the 4 minutes of overtime here, as both teams will shoot free throws the entirety of overtime as they're both in the bonus.
Well, I believe the free throws, the fouls reset. Do they reset in overtime, or they'll stay?
I don't think so. At least looking back to the triple overtime game we saw earlier with Milford and Tintic, it looked like they stayed at 5 apiece there.
If you missed it earlier, Tintic and Milford had an instant classic triple overtime. The stakes weren't as high as this one. A berth in tomorrow's championship final. Rich led by 9 at halftime. They've led by as many as 13. Tabiona fought back. In an earlier meeting this year, Tabiona led by 17 points, and Rich fought back to beat the Tigers. This time it's Tabiona who had to play the comeback game, and now we've got 4 extra minutes to settle it. It doesn't get much better than this.
It doesn't. And listen to the crowds on both sides here. Everyone in the SVC knows what's at stake. Chance at a 1A state championship. The Rebels were there a year ago, fell just short, want to redeem themselves this year.
Rhodes and Riker Hoffman were set to tip. The official wanted Bryson Fabrizio to slide over next to Carter Hoffman. Tabiona gets the opening possession of overtime. Dallin Park, an open 3. Nothing but nylon. Dallin Park.
His second triple, and Tabiona, like Rich did in the first half, making it rain.
Carter Hoffman uses a good spin move to finish as he's fallen to the ground.
Now 6 points for Hoffman, 4 in the fourth quarter, now the first 2 here in overtime.
Fabrizio set back up with Giles. Giles hit the biggest shot of the game to put us into overtime. 15 on the shot clock. Pass nearly picked off by Riker. Park takes it at Weston inside, can't finish. Lundgren the rebound. Rebels looking to push. Carter inside. He leaves it short. It will stay with the Rebels. As you can imagine, the Tabiona side not too happy with the call. The officials will meet and discuss.
And I thought Tabiona was the one that hit it out, but the question was if it hit Lundgren down as he was lying out of bounds.
The officials will change the call to Tabiona. It really was a pretty bang-bang play. One Rebel and one Tiger went up to tap it. The officials meet together and decide it was pretty clearly off of Rich. Under 3 minutes left. Fabrizio crosses over into the lane, rises up, misses. Gavin Rhodes, the second chance, no good. Ball's loose on the ground, finds the hands of Weston, but it's knocked out of bounds.
And everybody fighting for these loose balls. 50-50 balls make a difference in the fourth quarter and overtime. So far, the 50-50 balls going the way of the Tigers.
That ball was slipping and sliding all over the place. Weston nearly came up with it, but couldn't hold on. Set up top, Fabrizio. Around the road screen. Case Thomas left alone in the corner. Too strong. Carter Hoffman the rebound. Carter Scott squares up Fabrizio. Giles now on Weston. Weston to the right side, held up by Giles, and it will be free throws for Drake Weston.
And we've had quite the matchups here as teams, and then the one-on-one battles as well. Weston and Fabrizio have gone after each other all night long. And that's the first foul on Dayton Giles.
Gavin Rhodes stayed down for about 15 seconds after that play. I'm not sure what happened. He's back up, standing on the block, but he did seem to be in some discomfort. Weston's first free throw is good. Weston went to the free throw line with a big chance to put the Rebels up 3 in a clutch situation, and he made both. Misses that one.
But a lane violation, and Weston will get a chance at redemption. Tabiona fans, as you can imagine, not pleased with that call.
No, they are not. Weston, his stats will go back to 3 for 3 in clutch time at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. That one no good either. Case Thomas tries to grab the rebound, but it falls to Riker Hoffman. Riker hesitated on the three-point attempt and gets called for the travel.
And so we stayed here at the tie ball game. Rich, a couple of different chances to retake that lead, but turn the ball over. Something they haven't done a ton tonight. Comes up here big with 2 minutes left in overtime.
Fabrizio into the corner. Case Thomas just missed one from there. He won't miss that one. He puts the Tigers back up 3.
7 made threes for the Tigers, 6 of them here in the second half.
Carter Hoffman to answer, and he runs right through Dallin Park, who gets the charge call.
Yeah, it was a great defense there from the Tigers, getting there perfect time, and Hoffman is fouled out.
Carter Hoffman, he had 4 points, but more importantly, his defense and rebounding down low. It will send Dylan Fawns back into the game. Dylan, longer, taller, and bigger for inside. Carter Hoffman, the more agile and shifty.
As the senior gets a hug from his head coach, Lex Corney, and a standing ovation here from both crowds.
Hoffman now has to hope on the sidelines that he'll get a chance tomorrow to play in the state championship. Bryson Fabrizio, a monster game for him. Over to Dayton Giles. Fabrizio attacks Lundgren. A game of handoff up top. Lundgren strips it away, falls on the floor. Ball batted around. Dallin Park comes up with it. Timeout, Coach Gines. 1:28 to play. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon Mule Days, Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on KSLSports.com.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
Enhance your farm's productivity with Aero AG Solutions advanced spray drones. Aero AG specializes in custom aerial application of pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, seed, and more. Call Logan Lefevre at 435-690-9819.
For over 60 years, Brown Brothers Construction has been building roads, moving dirt, and shaping the future of our communities. From highways to hometown streets, we take pride in a job well done, just like the incredible 1A athletes competing in the 2025 region and state tournaments. To all the hardworking athletes out there, your dedication, grit, and determination inspire us every day. Brown Brothers Construction is proud to support you. Best of luck, and keep shaping the road to victory.
Welcome back from the Zions Bank timeout. For banking designed to help you score more, Zions Bank is for you. It's Tiger basketball. They lead by 3.
And 22 seconds on the shot clock here. If you're Tabiona with the lead, you're not milking it all the way down yet, but you don't need to start or shoot anything that's not open until you're well late in the shot clock. Clock is your friend here. Use it to your advantage.
Tabiona trailed by as many as 13 in the second quarter. They've been fighting and clawing their way back since, and they have the lead now. .16 on the shot clock. Lundgren has been a menace on defense up top. Picks the pocket of Fabrizio. Lundgren loses handle and Park rushes back, forces the loose ball and Rhodes picks it up. Fabrizio the other way, resets back up top. Under a minute to play, shot clock at 20. The possessions getting more and more important. Fabrizio, cross-court pass, Case Thomas again in the corner. No good, Rhodes pulls it back out, a fresh shot clock. Just 5-second difference, and Giles hesitated, gets called for a travel. Nobody was near him. He went to make a pass and wasn't sure where to go with it. Ball back to Rich. They trail by 3. Coach Cornea wants a timeout.
Oh, man. What a call there. Giles, just that pivot foot slid as he was trying to figure out who he wanted to pass the ball to. A crucial turnover. Now 10 turnovers for the Tigers, but none bigger than that one. Rich now down by 3, but you don't have to shoot a 3 here. With 37 seconds left, you can take the quick 2 still, but you have to take a good look.
Yeah, and Tabiona and Rich both in the bonus, so any foul is free throws. Still plenty of time, and this was a near identical situation that Tabiona was in, trailing by 3 at the end of the fourth quarter. Dayton Giles, who just turned it over there, he's the one that hit the big 3 to put us in overtime. Now it's Rich's turn to try to respond and hit the big shot on the other end.
And we'll see what they draw up here, and down by 3. Obviously, coming into the game, it was the Rebels' three-point shooting that was the biggest factor. A great three-point shooting team on the year. Started the game out hot, but it's been Tabiona here down the stretch, hitting big 3 after big 3.
Rich went 5 of 10 from 3 in the first half. Tabiona was just 1 for 6 in the first half. Rich, they've hit 3 Bryce Canyon City threes in the second half. Riker Hoffman has 3 of those in the game. Lineup on the floor is Riker Hoffman, Jet Holmes, Carter Scott, Drake Weston, and Ridge Lundgren for Rich. Holmes sets up top. Carter Scott, a deep 3. He buries it! Back to back! Big shots in regulation and overtime. Now it's Tabiona's turn with the chance to win it at the horn. Coach Gines wants a timeout. We just talked about it. Tabiona, they had the chance to show their clutch gene. They did in regulation. Carter Scott does here. Let's take another look at that 3. They get a screen for him. He flares up to the right wing, and he's about 5 feet behind the three-point line. Doesn't matter to him.
No, it doesn't matter to him, and that was the open look, and great on him for having the confidence to take that shot in that moment, not try to get closer. You take it where you're open, tie the game up here. Now Tabiona, like Rich had in regulation, a chance to go win it here, but you want to make sure Rich doesn't get a shot off.
Carter Scott, the junior, he averages over 11 a game. Coach Cornea, when they needed a shot the most, drew it up for Carter Scott. Works to perfection. Now it's Coach Gines who has the chance to draw up a game-winning play.
You have to imagine it's going to be in the hands of number 3 in purple, Fabrizio, who's been terrific. 22 points on the night, hasn't scored in overtime, but his ability to drive to the basket and finish with either hand has given the Rebels problems tonight.
Case Thomas and Dallin Park both hit Bryce Canyon City threes in overtime. Fabrizio and Rhodes scoreless in overtime. They did most of the heavy lifting in the fourth quarter. Park to inbound. Fabrizio in the backcourt. Weston on Fabrizio. 7 left on the clock. Fabrizio inside. Park, the corner 3 is batted away by Riker Hoffman. bounces out of bounds. It will stay with Tabiona. 2.5 left on the clock.
What a closeout from Hoffman there to get a hand on that three-point shot. Now, Tabiona here, 2.5 seconds. Doesn't have to be a catch and shoot. They can catch the ball, dribble towards the basket here, try to get something going towards the hoop.
We've seen them pass it into the corner. Fabrizio nearly drops through. It circles around, and an extra 4 minutes. Double overtime at the Sevier Valley Center. Bryson Fabrizio nearly with the shot of his life. We'll take another look. Fabrizio, a tough look fading away in the corner. He had separation. Another 4 minutes.
We're not quite to March yet, but the saying always goes, we're going to sleep in May, and that's how Penguich and Bryce Valley feel standing in the tunnels waiting to start their semifinal game.
And this tournament, it always gets better and better each day just because the intensity builds. You kind of filter down to some of the top teams in 1A, and that's what we have here. You have the top-seeded Rich Rebels. You have the 5-seed Tabiona. Rich, 2-0 this season against Tabiona. Both of those games, Tabiona didn't play a complete game. They had a lead at halftime, but somewhat fell apart in the second halves of those games. This time, Rich held the lead. Tabiona fought back. And after 36 minutes of basketball, we get 4 more. Gavin Rhodes and Riker Hoffman again set to tip off. We were just here, and now we're back again. Lundgren gets it knocked out of his hands by Giles. Tabiona will start with possession.
And to start the first overtime, Tabiona won the tip, then came down and hit a big three. See if they have something similar here in store.
Thomas looking inside to Rhodes. It's knocked away by Lundgren. Up to Weston. The speedster with the left hand finishes. Ridge Lundgren making a huge impact on the defensive end.
Another steal for Lundgren, and you notice the layup got easier because Fabrizio couldn't foul with those 4 fouls, had to give Weston the layup.
Fabrizio, a look up top, straight away, off to the right. Hoffman boxes out Rhodes, but his foot was on the line as he went to save it.
And Tabiona taking a lot of shots from outside. They've been hitting him here in the second half in overtime, but want to find a way to try to get Rhodes back involved in this game down low.
Fabrizio inbounds. They're going to call a foul. It's going to be 2 free throws. The foul goes against Riker Hoffman.
That's it for him.
So Riker Hoffman tied a career high 18 points. Or excuse me, a career high 19 points. He's fouled out. I also think they're signaling for a blood stoppage.
Yeah, Lundgren, I think, has some blood there on his knee or shin. He's trying to wrap it back up.
So Carter Hoffman and Riker Hoffman have now both fouled out. Riker had 15 points in the first half. Dylan Fonsbeck checks back in for Rich. Gavin Rhodes at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
11 points here for Rhodes tonight. He gets his first in overtime. Ridge Lundgren back in the game, able to get that blood cleaned up.
Rhodes 2 for 2, and we're back to all square. Holmes, left wing, goes at Thomas. Finds Fonsbeck in the corner. He'll pump fake. Drive baseline. Dump off to Holmes. Rhodes says, get that out of here. Fabrizio back the other way. Takes it at Scott. No good. Rhodes running the floor. Gets it knocked out of his hands by Weston. Body's on the floor, and it will stay with Tabiona.
How about the defensive effort from Rhodes once again? Coming from the weak side, getting another big rejection, and coming down hustling for the offensive rebound on the other end.
Yeah, Fonsbeck made a great pass to Holmes, and Gavin Rhodes using his length and athleticism to save a basket. Fabrizio into Rhodes. Giles hands to Thomas. Fabrizio looking inside to Rhodes. He'll go cross court to Thomas. Park attacks Holmes. A tie-up. Fonsbeck got in to tie it up. Ball will go to Rich.
What timing from Fonsbeck to come over on the help. Tie up for the jump ball. Give Rich the possession back. Chance to retake that lead.
Park picked up his dribble in a dangerous spot. Weston hands off to Scott. Around to Lundgren. Looking for somewhere to go. Dumps to Fonsbeck. On Rhodes. Over the high stretched arms of Rhodes. Fonsbeck coming off the bench because of foul trouble. Gets a big basket for the Rebels.
Now 6 points, none bigger than that left-handed shot, though, over Rhodes. And an offensive foul will do it for Fabrizio.
That will foul him out. So a big-time call, and a Rebel is down. We can't see who it is. It's Drake Weston. He's the one who made the defensive play to get Fabrizio out of the game. And not only does that turn the ball over for Tabiona, but that takes out Bryson Fabrizio, who's one of the leaders of this team.
Yeah, Fabrizio had a terrific game, finishing with 22 points there. Him and Weston battled back and forth on either end of the court all night long, taking each other's best shots.
Jackson Olsen is the one to sub in for Bryson Fabrizio. Drake Weston is up and okay. Under 2 minutes to play. Rich leads by 2. Lundgren trying to take Park. Out to Holmes. Gets around Thomas. Swatted away by Rhodes.
Rhodes might not be scoring like he's accustomed to, but his impact on the defensive end has helped Tabiona tie it back up.
Nobody stops Dallin Park, and he waltzes his way down the middle of the lane to tie it back up.
Now up to 10 points, 5 coming in these 2 overtimes for Park.
Ball tipped away. Carter Scott gets it back. Fonsbeck tries to take Rhodes. Nearly throws it out of bounds. Holmes saves it. 7 on the shot clock. Weston can't get around Giles, and they call Giles for the bump. It will be free throws for Drake Weston. The shot clock was at 5. It looked like Weston had nowhere to go, and he draws the contact.
That's his second foul. Frustrated with that one, but if you're Tabiona, at least it was the player not in foul trouble. But Weston, once again, clutch free throws coming up.
Weston knocks down the first. He's 4 for 5 in clutch time. Knocks down the second. 2-point lead, Rich. Olsen in the corner. Back to Park. Giles around the road screen over to Park. Nearly travels, keeps his pivot foot down. Giles left alone for three. The closeout from Lundgren and another defensive play made by Lundgren. Back the other way. The layup denied by Gavin Rhodes. Saving a basket. Gavin Rhodes. Park goes the other way. Shot clock turned off. Giles tries to get around Scott. Cut off. Park inside. He's bumped. He'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line for two. Ridge Lundgren just made an amazing closeout on the Giles three in the corner, immediately sprinted up the floor, and it looked like he was going to have a wide open layup to go up two possessions, and Gavin Rhodes with a game-saving play.
And who else but Gavin Rhodes for Tabiona would get down on the other end of the court and meet Lundgren at the rim when it looks like he has a one-on-none fast break layup to essentially ice the game.
Dallin Park now up to 6 points between the two overtimes.
None bigger than this free throw here.
Park, a perfect 2 for 2 at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Coach Cornea signals for a timeout. It has been clutch basket after clutch basket in this game. Here we go again, the Gavin Rhodes block. Lundgren looks like he has a lane, and Gavin Rhodes sprinting from the backside. You can see Lundgren, he has some steps, slows down a little, and Rhodes with incredible closing speed and athleticism to save the two.
And Rhodes has had multiple blocks here tonight, none bigger than that one to get Dallin Park a chance to tie the game back up at the free throw line. And feel like it's Groundhog Day because we say the same thing with no shot clock. At the end of regulation, at the end of the first overtime, a team has the ball, tie game. We want to get the last shot here. Don't give Tabiona a chance to win it in this overtime.
Yeah, it was Rich that had the last possession at the end of regulation. It was Tabiona who had the last possession at the end of the first overtime. Now it's Rich with the opportunity to have the last possession in the second overtime. Bryson Fabrizio fouled out for Tabiona. Carter Hoffman and Riker Hoffman fouled out for Rich. Both teams playing down.
Both teams gassed as well as we're closing in on a full collegiate game at 40 minutes here. Still tied up. Neither team wants to give up their shot at a state championship.
Carter Scott to inbound. He hit the three at the end of the first overtime to tie it up. Drake Weston, 10 on the clock. Guarded by Giles. Takes the Lundgren screen. Has space. Rhodes closes. Weston over Rhodes. No good. Rebound fought for. Bounced on the line. 0.5 seconds left. Over to Tabiona.
The Tigers will have a shot here at a catch and shoot, but it's going to be a difficult full court pass to get a decent look. See Dayton Giles, the one in the backcourt.
They leave Giles alone. His heave falls short, and we are destined for a third overtime in Richfield at the Sevier Valley Center. And that berth in the state championship just looms larger and larger with each minute that passes by.
And earlier today, we saw a triple overtime game in the consolation bracket, Milford and Tintic, and I was wondering, when was the last time we had a triple overtime game in the 1A tournament, and now we get two in the same night?
That's exactly right. We thought we had the game of the tournament earlier. That was a fantastic finish. This game has had everything and more, and the stakes are as high as they can get. Friday night is always a special night in the 1A tournament. You can sense what's on the line, and that is palpable in the Sevier Valley Center. Fans have been on their feet for the last two overtimes, the last 2 minutes of regulation.
And the Bryce Valley boys team has gone back into the locker room to regroup after standing there for the last half of the fourth quarter and on, figuring we can regroup here. We might be here a while.
Tabiona will have to play this third overtime without one of their stars, Bryson Fabrizio. Rich will have to play without Riker Hoffman and Carter Hoffman. Riker was the hero in the first half.
Fabrizio, a hero in the second half for the Tigers as they mounted that comeback. They're trailing by 12.
Weston gets the tip this time, takes that Rhodes, and an unbelievable finish, taking it into the body of Gavin Rhodes.
And that's a tough finish there for Weston. Going into the chest of Rhodes to not allow him to get a hand up to block it.
Jackson Olsen having to step in with the absence of Fabrizio. It's over to Giles. Dallin Park has been a hero in overtime for Tabiona. He'll try to go with the left hand at Ridge Lundgren, and Ridge Lundgren proving why he is very difficult to score on the defensive end. Nobody has been able to do it in these overtimes. Lundgren gets the screen from Weston, tries to get around a double team, and he's going to go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Dayton Giles.
His third, and just didn't quite get set. They're trying to hedge on the screen, but still shuffling towards Lundgren as he ran into him. Now big free throws coming up here for Lundgren. Just with 7 points here tonight, but still made his impact known on the defensive end.
First one is good for Lundgren. Second free throw is good. Largest lead of overtime for Rich. Dallin Park gets some space. Elbow jumper, too strong. Gavin Rhodes. He's going to be pushed in the back. Or they'll call it against Gavin Rhodes. Nope, they won't. They'll call it against Fonsbeck. Dayton Giles reacted like he was upset, so I thought that they were signaling that it was against Rhodes, but he'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
And that's the second on Fonsbeck. Gavin Rhodes back to the free throw line. They got 2 points in the second overtime.
Those 2 points came at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Hasn't made a field goal in overtime, but made both of his free throws. Knocks down that one.
And I'm starting to run out of room on my box score here.
We're just making up space to write these stats down. The performances on both sides showing why these teams belong in the semifinals. Rhodes misses the second. Weston takes it at Giles. Nearly thrown behind Scott, but he saves it. Back to Weston. He's left alone. You can't leave the ball when it's Drake Weston, and Tabiona escapes as Weston's shot rims out.
And Rhodes came over just in enough time to make Weston float that a little higher.
They try to go inside to Rhodes. He goes against Fonsbeck, facing a double team, and guess who? Ridge Lundgren. But they're going to call him for a foul. He got the ball clean up top.
Not too much of the body down low.
Yeah, they're actually going to call the foul against Fonsbeck. So the block clean by Lundgren. They call Fonsbeck with the push. Gavin Rhodes back to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. First free throw is good. Second free throw is good. Rich lead cut to 1. Lundgren goes right, stops, pops, buries it. The friendly roll for Ridge Lundgren. Park up top, goes inside to Rhodes, bobbles it on the ground. Looks like they'll signal a jump, and that will go to Tabiona. Rich controlled the opening tip. Ball stays with the Tigers. It looked like Carter Scott took possession right as they were signaling for a jump. He was asking the officials why he didn't get the ball.
But now Tabiona catches the break with the jump ball. Down by 3, but still just under 2 minutes left. Don't feel like you have to rush a three-point shot up. You can still drive and attack the basket. Try to get Gavin Rhodes down low where he's been aggressive, getting back to the free throw line.
This is where you miss your lead guard and ball handler, Bryson Fabrizio. You still have Gavin Rhodes, who's your leading scorer at 16.5 a game. But you need to be able to get it inside to Gavin Rhodes. Dallin Park and Dayton Giles have done most of the ball handling up top. Dallin Park has been big in the overtime. He's stepped up. But you like to have the comfort of your senior, Bryson Fabrizio, in the game, and the Tigers will have to make plays without him.
You're right, and with Fabrizio, when he was in the game, he was driving, and that left Park out and Giles out in the corners where they were knocking down big three after big three. Now it takes one of them out of the corner, having to facilitate.
Jackson Olsen will inbound underneath the basket. Shot clock at 18. Just under 2 minutes left. Rhodes gets the inbound. They set up Giles for a three. Weston falls over. Giles misses. Knocked out of bounds off Rich. You can't ask for a better look if you're Tabiona.
No, you can't. That was a perfect out of bounds, out of timeout play for Tabiona. Giles just in and out on the three-point attempt, but that's a shot you take 10 out of 10 times.
Great play by Coach Gines, drawn up out of the timeout. They'll now reset under the baseline. Park goes against Lundgren, and again, Lundgren denies. Out of bounds off Tabiona. Ridge Lundgren is a menace.
He's been great on the defensive end all night, especially fourth quarter and in these three overtimes, picking up the ball, not allowing anything to happen while he's manned up.
It looked like Dallin Park had a step, and Lundgren, so athletic, closes in. Dallin Park reaches at midcourt. You don't necessarily want to pick up fouls and send Ridge Lundgren to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
And that's Park's fourth. But big free throws coming here. A three-point lead. The clock stopped at 1:35 with Lundgren given the chance to extend it.
Lundgren is 2 for 3 tonight at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. He's now 3 for 3 in overtime.
And a two-possession game now for Rich.
Ridge Lundgren making play after play, proving why you don't have to always score to win your team a game. And there he goes again. Ridge Lundgren picks the pocket of Giles, and he'll go back to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. It is the Ridge Lundgren Show in the Sevier Valley Center.
And that's 5 now on Park, as he was forced to foul there to not give up the easy layup.
We look at that again. Ridge Lundgren just reads the handoff, splits through the Giles handoff, and takes it the other way. You can't get lazy when Ridge Lundgren is on the floor, or he will make you pay.
Has a nose for the ball, and he's shown it off here in the fourth quarter and overtimes. Though his scoring not up to par through the first 4 quarters, picked it up in overtime when it matters most.
A frustrated Tabiona bench. Their star Bryson Fabrizio has to watch. Their other senior, Dallin Park, who has lifted them in overtime, has to watch as their team trails by 5 and as Ridge Lundgren takes over this game in overtime.
And now after these free throws, you're Tabiona over on the bench, and head coach Lee Gines, you're just telling your team, calm down. Yeah, we're down a couple of seniors, but we've still got 5 players out on the court that need to play together. You can come back down by a couple of possessions here in a minute 23. Plenty of time. It just has to start on the defensive end, getting stops, and then executing on the offensive end of the floor.
Free throws have proved big in overtime. Ridge Lundgren will have a chance to make it a 3-possession game. If you're Tabiona, how do you try to find your offense?
I think you have to go back to getting the ball down low to Rhodes without Fabrizio on the court, and Dallin Park now out on the court as well. If you can get it down to Rhodes, let him facilitate from the post, back out to your shooters, but it has to go through number 32.
Tabiona in a dire situation. Ridge Lundgren has lifted the Rebels in triple overtime. 2 free throws. First one is good. Ridge has the last 7 points for Rich. Make it the last 8. It's now up to a 7-point lead. Olsen hands off to Giles. Contested 3. Off the mark. Thomas, the rebound. Second chance for the Tigers. Picked off by who else but Ridge Lundgren. It's a 9-point Rich lead. Ridge Lundgren, 10 straight points for the Rebels. Bannon Lee off the mark. Fonsbeck the rebound. And in a time when the Rich community needed to come together and needed a big moment for this team, it's Ridge Lundgren and the Rich Rebels who come together in triple overtime. And it looks like they will be on their way to a berth in the state championship.
Yeah, and you hit it best. A time when the community all gathered together. You see the community out here in the SVC as they all are together in this trying time. You saw the girls team advance earlier tonight. Now the boys team looking to add on to that as they both have something bigger than a state championship to play for tomorrow.
The passing of Daniel Smith just a couple weeks ago has weighed heavy on this Rich basketball team and this Rich community. Coach Cornea said before the game, this game will just be different than our previous 2 matchups with Tabiona because we're missing somebody. And this team has rallied in triple overtime. And tomorrow, when the 1A state championship is played, it will be the number 4 Daniel Smith jerseys that will be represented in the student section for the Rich Rebels.
And that's what makes these state tournaments so special. You can get your communities together during these trying times, and there's a lot of things a lot bigger than basketball, and the Rebels helping remind us of that here this weekend.
Each overtime was back and forth, but both teams had to make big plays in big moments, and they did. It was finally the third overtime that saw the Rich Rebels pull away. They lead by 10. Carter Scott back at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. In the last 2 overtimes, Tabiona has just 1 made field goal. All their other points have come at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Just 3 points in this third overtime, all on free throws from Gavin Rhodes. Again, Bryson Fabrizio had to sit out the entire third overtime because he fouled out. Dallin Park fouled out in this third overtime, and it just proved too much to overcome for the Tigers. Thomas off the mark. And Tabiona will foul. They were signaling not to foul. But nonetheless, Drake Weston will head to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Rich made it to the state championship a year ago. They lost to Penguich. Penguich will play Bryce Valley in the next semifinal coming up.
In case you forgot, we still have another one tonight.
Due to 2 triple overtime games in this gym today, we're about 2 hours behind schedule. So Bryce Valley and Panguitch have been patiently waiting. I'm sure they're anxious to get on the floor. It will turn out to be a 13-point victory for the Rich Rebels as Coach Lex Cornea holds up the number 4 Daniel Smith jersey to the Rich student section and to the Rich parents. And the Rich community will get to watch both their girls and boys basketball team take the floor for the state championship tomorrow. What a special time for the Rich community, and what a game we just witnessed. Tabiona did not give up. They fought, and they fought, and they came back from 13 down, nearly pulled off the comeback, and that has to be a gut-wrenching loss for Tabiona. And on the other side, Rich, elated to be playing tomorrow.